Andy, can you sum up your feelings about the team's performance?
Mixed emotions, really. One that's unbelievably proud of how they've handled themselves this week regarding all the controversy, etc. Unbelievably proud of their efforts. There was a lot of lads that are hurting in there mentally and physically by the obvious work rate, work ethic, putting the bodies on the line for the country, etc. But at the same time, Test matches are there to be won, especially at home, and we rue a few decisions that we made, stroke chances along that way. So even though a couple of days ago people were writing us off, we never wrote ourselves off. The game was there to be won, and it was a hard-fought contest, but it's one that slipped away from us in the end.
I saw in the TV interview you were talking about lack of game management maybe in the third quarter. What exactly do you mean by that? What did your team let themselves down with in that regard?
I thought our set piece was really good, obviously in the first half. There's one or two things there in the second half, but what I also thought was pretty good in the first half, we kept the ball in front of the forwards. We're coming up against a real good defensive unit in France that are obviously very good at making two-man hits and very dangerous with when the ball's on the floor regarding the jackling, etc. I thought the backfield was open from time to time, and we kept sending our forwards into some brick walls. But look, at the same time, we had opportunities within that middle third to try and get the ball to the edge. The wingers were obviously taking a chance, playing up and in and jamming, etc., and got us once or twice. We fell into a bit of a trap on occasions of throwing the ball two-man out, and we obviously got caught as far as our game management's concerned there. So it's things that we could have done a little bit better, which in the long run saves a little bit of energy for what happens for that last couple of minutes there at the end.
Hi Andy, I don't know whether you consider yourself out of the running now when you look at the table, but if you do, does that change your approach to the remaining 3 games? Do you look at it with a different, maybe a bigger view?
Our approach, our attitude doesn't change. I just said to the boys in the changing rooms there that we talk about the strength of the group and the togetherness of the group and how close they are, etc. We'll see how close we are now, because we'll show our true character, won't we? Because it's about finishing. We're not even halfway through, but making sure that these next 3 games we're at our best. And again, that approach doesn't change no matter what.
Andy, what's going through your head early in the second half? We have Billy Burns, Ian Henderson, and Keane Healy all off for head injury assessments. Like, what's going through your head as a coach when something like that happens?
I back the players that are coming on. We good guys that are covering them. And yeah, there might be a little bit of disruption. Obviously, Ian being captain and line-out caller, etc. But we back the process that we go through in the week and making sure that everyone's ready to go. So it is what it is. It's part of international rugby. It's a fierce encounter, and you've got to be ready for anything.
It is one of the worrying things for yourself, like heading into the rest of this championship, just the lack of kind of try scoring opportunities. Like the try today came from Ronan just being opportunistic, but you weren't really camped on their line or anything like that. Is that something that you guys can improve on and be attacking in the next 3 games? Again,
I think that comes from game management. I think they had a couple of chances, didn't they? And that was it. And they took their chances, and they was formidable, weren't they, when they got the chance to punch through us first phase and get us on the back foot over the gain line, and second phase coming round the corner and get their offloading game going. It happened on few occasions, but it was those few was one too many because they were clinical enough to go and score the try. I suppose we had one glaring opportunity that if we carry the ball another 5 metres and square up, we probably get that 5-pointer there, and I think I deserved. I think it would have been drawing, wouldn't it, at that time going in at half time. So it's fine margins. You get seldom opportunities in big games like this, especially against a side like the quality of France. But yeah, you've got to take your chances where you can. Obviously, that's what they did.
Just the last one for me, Andy, it's the lads like Will Connors and Ross Byrne kind of maybe up on the bench made a big impact. Like, were you happy with the guys when they came off and the impact they made in the second half?
Yeah, I thought their energy was great. I was happy with the lads in the first half as well. I thought they did play some great stuff. You know, obviously the talking point would have been about the halfbacks. That was the discussion certainly towards the end of the week, and I thought Billy and Jemison did excellent. I thought excellent. I mean, Jemison for 80 minutes there, I thought he was outstanding. You know, so. And all the lads that came off the bench were always going to add to the performance.
Andy, could you just run us through the injuries, please?
HIAs that a few lads came back, so obviously we'll see how they go, but they seem fine within themselves at this moment in time. We're pretty good. We're pretty good regarding injury. There's one or two bumps and bruises that we need to look at, and obviously injuries to guys that were obviously out who could come back into contention pretty soon.
You flagged the third quarter stuff with us in the pre-match, so I presume that was something you'd said to the players. So how disappointing is it to be talking about the third quarter again after the game?
It is, and it's something that we certainly need to address and sit down and understand properly, because I did speak about it last week, and it's something that we spoke about at half-time as well.
Okay, thanks guys. We might have time for just one more. Okay, thank you. Thanks, Andy.
Cheers, thanks.